Okusi's DéjàVu GPT interface integrates the power of openAI's GPT-3 and Google Translate in one application. GPT is a state-of-the-art natural language processing model developed by openAI. It uses deep learning to generate human-like text. GPT generates high-quality text that can be used in a variety of applications, including natural language understanding, text generation, question answering, and much more. With GPT, DéjàVu can produce summaries, bullet points, news or promotional articles, Twitter posts, and even entire essays, from a small amount of context. It can produce complete draft replies to emails and correspondence, saving you a lot of time and greatly increasing your productivity. DéjàVu comes with many built-in GPT prompt suggestions, to ensure you get the best results possible for any given purpose. Let's take a quick tour, so you can see how easy and powerful this tool can be. DéjàVu has 3 panels. The Translation panel, the GPT Instruction panel, and the GPT Output panel, where GPT puts its response to the instructions. You can turn the Translation panel off and on as you need it. The Resources menu lists useful websites you may be interested in that also use GPT technology. To the right are a number of controls to clear the contents of all the panels, to hide or unhide the Translation panel, to change the font to monospace, which is useful for viewing tables and programming code, to change the number of rows displayed on the screen, to change the screen zoom, and to toggle between light and dark mode. The Translation panel is for translating text to any language supported by the Google Translate API. Translated text is output to the GPT Instruction panel, ready for further processing. Let's enter a typical phrase in Indonesian and translate it to English. Let's take this translation and try to make it flow better. DéjàVu also supports web scraping. Simply enter a web URL as the first line in the panel, like this. The text from this web page is scraped and placed into the Translation panel. The translation also appears in the GPT Instruction panel. Translations can sometimes sound a little awkward. So let's fix up this article. Let's first give ourselves a little more room by hiding the Translation panel and increasing the number of rows. At the top of the Instruction panel is a menu for inserting prompt suggestions. Select Rewrite like the New York Times. A prompt suggestion has now been inserted around the text of the article we just translated. Below the Instruction panel are a number of options that can be changed. For most circumstances, you only need to pay attention to the temperature option. This adjusts the amount of creativity that GPT-3 uses to produce output. A value of 0 means little creativity, and 1 means maximum creativity. Let's increase the temperature a bit. Now, let's send this to GPT-3 to see what it comes up with. GPT-3's response appears in the output panel. The text now flows much better, and is clearer to the reader. If you are not satisfied with the results, you can go back to the instructions panel, make some adjustments to your prompt, and send it to GPT-3 again. Keep in mind that GPT-3 will come up with different results every time you press the GPT button. At the top of the output panel we have a number of options. We can copy the contents to our clipboard, for pasting in another application, such as a text editor or website. Or we can download the contents to a text file. Or we can share this text to social media, or to a new email message. The left arrows will add the contents of the output panel onto the contents of the instruction panel. Let's clear everything in the instruction panel and transfer the contents of the output panel. Let's make a tweet for Twitter from this text. Select Create Twitter Post, and click GPT. We now have a post ready for Twitter. Let's try something quite different. Clear the panels. Let's write an essay on a very specific topic. And here we have a complete essay. Let's make some bullet points. Click the arrows to move the GPT output into the instruction panel. Select Create Bullet Points from the prompt suggestions. And there we have it, a bullet point summary of the essay we just generated. There are many more things you can do with DéjàVu and GPT-3. Try out the other instruction suggestions for yourself. Remember that you can edit and expand upon these suggestions in order to fine-tune GPT-3's response. But keep in mind, GPT-3 is just a language model. Always check the output to make sure that it's factually correct, and that it has understood your instructions. For more information on GPT-3 and generative AI, check out the openai.com website. DéjàVu is undergoing continuous development and keeping up with the rapid changes that are now occurring. If you would like to have a custom DéjàVu system of your own, installed on your company's or organization's intranet, contact Okusi Associates.